Wat kikwe pitiye Jayda jalila de Rase Champions League Ek hada gas mein Hanguman kikwe Java naramenne Bhagi dulanne bhidi dasate goal ek gannai sit sarasenne samarok venne satteta denne We are one game One heart oh, One game, one heart Champions League This is where we start Together we dream, together we fight We are the champions Champions League में अरबन्ने One game, one heart Champions League सातनाई अरबन्ने हिंदी देने चायगन्ने एक सीने डबियाने One game, one heart Champions League where dreams take part Raise your flags, feel the art One game, one heart
Sri Lanka Football Champions League. Powered by TV Supreme.
A very good evening to all our viewers joining us live here from the Racecourse International Stadium. We are in here for a cracker of a match today. It's New Star versus St. Mary's in this Super 8 round. First match of week 3, match number 9 it is. The players will now be taking center stage for the few formalities before beginning off this intense match. First, here's the weather report for today. Not much of sun today here in Colombo, which is quite unusual, and the players will be hoping the sky doesn't go down. We have a cloudy weather situation here today with a humidity of 59 degrees Celsius and a slight breeze blowing from the left to the right of your screen. Of course, you can catch us live on the Sri Lanka Football YouTube and Facebook pages if you are joining us from Sri Lanka, and also catch it live on Supreme TV and on the Papare if you are joining us live from anywhere around the world. I'm Bilal Marikar here on commentary today and joined by football analyst and good friend Atif Siddiq.
Good evening, Bilal, and as you correctly mentioned, a cracker of a game here at the racecourse. New Star taking on St. Mary's to kick off things in week 3, and later on the day we have Serendib taking on Solid Sports Club. Then tomorrow in the afternoon game, Sri Lanka Police still to find a win under their belt in Super 8s will be taking on Pelicans from Kurnagala. Then another cracker of a game to wind up week number 3. Saunders taking on Javelin. Both these sides met in the first round as well. Saunders got the better of Javelin, 3-0. Super performance from Saunders, beating a much formidable outfit of Javelin. But coming back to this game, New Star, not the best of starts for them in the Super 8s. We did see good promise shown by the boys from Panadura, but not the best of starts for Imran Hussein's men to begin the Super 8s. And here's the points table after week number 2. Saunders sitting quite comfortably on the top of the table, followed by St. Mary's, then Pelicans, Javelin, all with 4 points each. Then Serendib with a thumping win against Sri Lanka Police last week, 5-0 they got against Sri Lanka Police. Then New Star, then Solid, and on the rock bottom of the table it's Sri Lanka Police conceding 8 goals in 2 matches. Not the best of starts for Mahinda Galagedara's men as well. They did show good promise in the first round, but lots and lots of work to do for all these teams in the bottom half. Bilal.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the team of New Star.
Here are the results from last week, and just like you mentioned, Atif, Sri Lanka Police will be looking to come back from that 0-5 defeat to Serendib, and of course Javelin start getting a win under their belt against New Star, who will be looking to get their revenge today, redemption rather. And St. Mary's drawing against the formidable Saunders, and Solid SC losing marginally to Pelicans SC.
St. Mary's, 2 good results for them to begin the Super 8s, winning against Serendib, a much formidable side on paper than the boys from Jaffna, and last week also good result against Saunders, the unbeaten Saunders throughout this season. So St. Mary's riding high at the moment in the Super 8s, Bilal. On the other hand, New Star began the Super 8s with a defeat, then bounced back with a win against Solid last week, and lots and lots of work to do for the boys in pink, the New Star outfit.
Definitely, Adib, New Star will be looking for a win today, but this it won't be very easy against this St. Mary's outfit. They've been in good form. If they do continue this good form today, I know that we are in for quite a good match.
New Star did miss services of Mohammad Tilham due to the SAF Futsal Championship in the latter part of the first round, but with his addition after his national team services, New Star will be looking to bounce back and find their normal rhythm, which they showed in the first round onwards. Mohammad Fazal, their hero from the previous week, a stoppage time winner to seal the deal against Solid. So always the case for New Star. Mohammad Fazal finding ways to make New Star victorious and take home a point or two. So Mohammad Fazal will be the man to go to for New Star. On the other hand, St. Mary's will be looking to continue their good run of form in the Super 8s.
As the rest of the players take their place on the field today, captains will just have a little chat with the referees for the toss. Last few formalities before kickoff in this week number 2 of the Super 8 rounds. here are the referees. The J.N. Rubesh taking center stage today. Of course, assisted by Palitha Hematunga and Chamalka Ridmal, and the fourth official being Taranga Pushpakumara. And here's the team lineup for St. Mary's. St. Mary's will be playing with 4 defenders in A. Anat Kilintas, O.K. Metabo, S. Ruben Raj, and S. Madhivathanan, the captain. Of course, they'll be having 2 midfielders with them, Jason Meron and Prince Clifford, looking to boss that midfield, and 4 attackers here in John Loyas, M. Premkumar, Danjuma Gumbari, and John Lavani. Very formidable set of players. Overseas recruitments in that defense, midfield, and attack as well, looking to solidify that the local talent. Because here's the lineup for New Stars, and according to our sheet, New Stars will be playing with 5 defenders today, including the captain Mohammad Azam leading from the front, and Mohammad Al Fatik and Mohammad Ammar, along with Anthony Dilakshan and Nafiz Mohammed. Because they'll be having 3 midfielders, Mohammad Tilham, Mohammad Fazal, and Vital Awudja, followed by 2 attackers in Afro Tognebel and Mohammad Shakir. Imran Hussein's men will be looking to make a difference here today, to come back with the win, to go home with the win here in this Super 8 match. And early on, seeing some good attacking intent from St. Mary's.
Nafiz Mohammed early on put into test by the St. Mary's wingers, as you mentioned, John Lavani and Gumbari, Danjuma Gumbari will be playing a major role for St. Mary's in that attacking positions. Here's Mohammad Tilam. Very important cog for New Star's success in the first round, Mohammad Tilam, alongside with the experienced Mohammad Fazal, that number 14 jumper. New Star have added 2 overseas faces to their ranks as well, in the face of Vital Awudja and Afro Togneble. Didn't feature in the opening weeks of this Champions League campaign, but with the tournament progressed, New Star thought why not have a couple of overseas signings to strengthen their squad. Here's Tilama with his dancing feet. First free kick of the day, courtesy Mohammad Tilam's dancing feet. This young man is one to watch out, Bilal.
Definitely, Atif. Just a few minutes and just a few touches of the ball so far, but you can already tell that he looks very silky on the ball there, moving with ease, and I dare say a notch above the rest from what we have seen so far. New Star will be hoping he's one of those people in that number 11 jersey who can make an impact. Here's New Star now with a free kick opportunity. Mohammad Fazal taking the free kick. 5 players in the box. Mohammad Fazal. Difficult to say if it was one of those sailing crosses. And here's a corner taken quickly here. Taken shot. Mohammad Fazal once again with an opportunity. He passes it on to his teammate. Fazal once again on the ball. And here is New Star. Just shot there. And in these opening few minutes, we are just 3 minutes in, and we've already seen both teams playing with a lot of attacking intent, Atif.
Definitely, this is what New Star can bring into the fore. This smooth and silky football, playing all along the ground. This is what we did see in the first round fixtures as well. We didn't see this in the previous week against Java Lane, where they went one goal with when they went down 1-0 against Java Lane, courtesy of Oluwaseun Olawale's header. And as you mentioned before, Imran Hussain will be looking to change his fortunes this week onwards, because with the games coming thick and fast, and with the Super 8s coming into a close, all these games will be very, very important for New Star, also for St. Mary's as well, still unbeaten in the Super 8s. A good run of form shown by the boys from Jaffna. And this man in the number 26 jersey, John Lavani, he will be the difference maker for St. Mary's. Was in the score sheet last week as well against Sri Lanka Police. John Lavani bossed the midfield and had a brilliant game against Mahinda Galagedera's Cops. And New Star, on the other hand, will have to bring out their A game out here.
Huge pass into the box here. Well defended there by St. Mary's. And a rather speculative shot. Not the result they would have been expecting.
On your screen, Imran Hussain, head coach of our New Star. Anikan with a high and hanging delivery. Anikan had a superb outing against Sri Lanka Police in the previous week. Here's Kumbari, but well negotiated by the New Star centre half skipper Muhammad Azam, doing pretty well to keep Danjuma Kumbari quiet for the time being.
Anthony Dilaction playing across the field. Nice through ball there to his winger and across to the far post. Ball still in play. Header just not directed properly.
Imran Hussain will be expecting way better than that from Muhammad Tilham. Played his school football for Aligarh National School in Batiklo. Won a championship for them as well in the Division 1 segment. Muhammad Tilham, and runners-up championship last year. Here's an opportunity. Mohammad Shahikir 1-1 and hits the post. What a save by Anikan. A full-length diver to prevent Mohammad Shakir from breaking the deadlock.
St. Mary's living quite dangerously here. That looked like it was a goal for all money. But Anikan putting in a shift there. What a pass as well from the lad in the number 25 jersey. That's Vital Ahuja from the ground.
Apologies, it wasn't Mohammad Shakir, it was Afro Togneble with that opportunity. Both the overseas signings combining for New Star. Beautiful football. Mohammad Tilham with a pinpoint cross, and unfortunately the flag has risen in the far corner. After ball that was from Mohammad Tilham to find Afro Togneble. This is the quality Bilal Mohammad Tilham brings into the fore. What a cross it was.
It's surprising to me, Atif, that New Star actually lost last week, because looking at them play here, looking at them, watching them in full flow, they are looking a class above the rest. And St. Mary's will definitely have a task on their hand here.
Definitely. And yes, St. Mary's might have the physical advantage on the field, but it's for the time being, it's been all New Star going forward. It's they're showing it's not the physique, it's all about the skills you possess and how you execute your skills that you have. Again, New Star winning the ball quite comfortably and passing it around quite comfortably as well with their randos. Here's New Star again, beautiful football through that midfield. Mohamed Fazal orchestrating all the stuff through the middle alongside with Afro Togneble and Vital Avuja.
Definitely looks like those overseas recruitments as well have just helped them to bolster things up here. And here's New Star once again now. They're on the charge. Swarm of defenders in the white jerseys across. St. Mary's just getting the clearance away in time, and here's another opportunity. Definitely a lot of pressure put into the St. Mary's defense early on, and the New Star fans will be hoping that they can keep this up throughout the game, throughout this first half as well. I feel like with the pressure they've been putting out, if they definitely have to strike while the iron is hot here. Deluction on the ground there.
Abuja pleading for a card, but I don't think that boot of John Lavani deserves a yellow card because he was contesting for the ball. Deluction. But referee G.N. Robesh has decided to put John Lavani's name into his books. In my point of view, Lavani has all the rights to argue with the referee for that card because here's that replay. Here's the replay of that incident. Safety comes first. I think Bilal, good decision making by G.N. Robesh, I believe.
Definitely, I think that replay did look a little on the brutal side, but however, yellow card early on for St. Mary's. St. Mary's already looking a bit fragile in this opening half, although they have been able to keep New Star at bay. But how much longer can they keep up with this pressure? Oh, beautiful skills there. Attempt at a through ball. Finds the defender. St. Mary's with the clearance towards the attackers, but it's New Star who comes back with the possession. Here's the number 11. Not the best of passes there, but New Star still able to stay in possession.
Fazal. Abuja so far has put no foot wrong. Vital Abuja has completed all of his passes and found the forwards quite regularly. Vital Abuja.
Clearance to give his defenders time to make it back. Have to say, this New Star's outfit is looking quite good so far.
Well coordinated and well structured outfit, this New Star outfit. And an easy grab for Nafis Mohammed in the number 99 jump between the sticks for New Star. Here's the skipper Azam.
Interesting to see the position New Star takes whenever they are on the ball as well. And here's New Star. They found their forward with a pass from the back. It's Mohamed Tilham who nutmegs the defender there. Cheeky little pass, but unfortunately doesn't find his forward. And St. Mary's after recovering that ball straight away into the counter. Here's St. Mary's now approaching. St. Mary's with the cross. Sails harmlessly past the goal. End-to-end action here at Racecourse International Stadium.
It was Prem Kumar who found Danjoma Gumbari in the right wing with a beautiful pass. St. Mary's looking to attack on the counter with the rush of blood by these new star players going forward. It's the only option the boys from Jaffna has to offer for the time being. And on the other hand, New Star will have to be very cautious to not find themselves in danger in those attacking counters from St. Mary's. Here's Gumbari again. Nice bit of feet, but Muhammad Azam yet again well positioned. Has been well positioning himself well throughout this 15 minutes or so. Muhammad Azam, the skipper for New Star.
I have to say, Atif, whenever New Star is on the ball, they seem like they are having a lot of space to play with as well. Very composed whenever they are on the ball. And those passes, quite accurate as well. Feel like they're getting the basics quite brilliantly here in this opening few minutes. That's what's giving them the edge.
Definitely trying to keep it very, very simple. This New Star outfit, ball on the ground and finding the men with space. Just basic football, Bilal. Nothing fancy. And whenever the opportunity arises, going over the top. We did see Dilakshan finding Tilam and Afro Togneble in good positions with those lob balls, and Mohammad Fazal, that man on your screen, Mohammad Fazal has been brilliant throughout these 15 minutes, going up and down, running up and down, linking the defense and attack, has been brilliant. Here's Mohammad Tilam under the set piece. The best of free kicks taken by the young Mohammad Tilam.
Miscalculating that shot there. But St. Mary's immediately on the counter. Yes, St. Mary's with a cross once again. That sails harmlessly past.
And, coming back to Mohammad Tilam, very highly rated youngster and highly rated by the Sri Lanka national team coach Abdul Al Mutairi as well. Has been in a couple of match day squads for Sri Lanka. Mohammad Tilam, just 21 years old. Mohammad Tilam, as I mentioned before, has won a championship for his school as well. Mohammad Tilam, so plenty of promise behind his back, Mohammad Tilam, and lots and lots to look forward to as well from this youngster. And those national team experience will come in handy in this kind of campaigns. Here's Lavani, and an early call for offside. John Lavani.
If there's any part that New Star feel like they would be lacking, is that they look a little fragile whenever St. Mary's is in the counter. I feel like that's also because whenever they have the ball in hand, although they are playing a 5-man defensive line, their left back and the right back goes quite high up in the field, leaving only 3 central defenders there. And also with St. Mary's playing with a 4-man front line, there's a bit of an overlap, but so far they've managed to hold on quite well.
Definitely, and here's Fazal finding Tilam. Al-Fatik rather. Fatik goes over, and a beautiful ball, but this time Mohammad Shakir falling over it. This is what New Star can do. Pinpoint passes. Mohammad Shakir trying to go for that acrobatic volley, but not getting the best of contacts. Good high press from Mohammad Tilam. Lots of gas in tank for Mohammad Tilam in these opening exchanges. Winning the ball again for New Star. Ammar. Here's Ammar again. Nice 1-2. Beautiful feet. And here's the New Star with a cross in. Togneble goes over the crossbar and he was in an offside position, I believe, Togneble. But nevertheless, good signs shown by New Star. Knocking on the door quite often. But still, Anikal has been tested just once, Bilal.
Definitely. Anakin has proved that he can actually handle the pressure as well, because that save was a one-on-one with the keeper. He was brilliantly able to manipulate the striker to take a shot where he wanted to and leap to his left. Enabled him to save that as well. New Star finding themselves in an offside position this time. Good awareness from St. Mary's as well. And a huge cross there. Things could have gone sideways for New Star. Apologies, a huge pass, a long ball. And St. Mary's now with an opportunity to attack here. We haven't really seen St. Mary's pose too much of an attacking threat in comparison to New Star. I feel like that's also because New Star has had the ability so far to retain the ball. Whenever they've lost it just like that, they have been able to regain it back.
Tracking back from Danjuma Gumbari, doing his defensive duties as well, winning back the ball for St. Mary's. St. Mary's enjoying a decent string of passes, but gives away the possession quite cheaply yet again. New Star again. Here's Fazal over the top. Shot.
Yeah. Mohammad Tilam asking for the ball there. Just not able to get it. Here's Gumbari managing to protect the ball from that New Star defenders. Done well to keep the ball in play. Huge pass clearance to the opposite end of the field. Mohammad Shahid passing it on to the captain, Mohammad Azam.
Avuja goes over the top and diving effort to prevent ball going to Tilam, but still the ball ends up going to Tilam's feet. Good feet shown by Mohammad Tilam. Tilam yet again is a menace on the left wing, isn't he, Bilal? Causing all the problem. Mohammad Tilam winning yet another free kick. This is what you want with your wingers going forward, winning those free kicks. Jack Grealish-esque. This is from Mohammad Tilam. Pretty annoying for the defenders, but that is what they are paid to do. Mohammad Tilam doing his job on point.
Definitely, Atif, he had that awareness. He knew that he was being pressed, so he won his team that free kick. Once again, giving possession away cheaply, St. Mary's. Seems like this New Star attacking threat has just unsettled them a little bit here, because usually they are much more fluid with the ball in possession, but New Star also doing quite well to deprive them of that possession also. Here's Mohammed Al Fatih with the cross, which is intercepted by St. Mary's. St. Mary's now will have to play the game at their own pace. They are trying to match the rhythm that New Star has been maintaining. So they have to break free from those shackles and make sure that they can take control of the game as well. Here's Mohammed Ilham now once again dribbling past one. Looking extremely good on the ball there, Atif. And here's a shot. Speculative shot. It goes, sails past the goal. It's Mohammed Ammar, one of the defenders for New Star.
New Star off-ball pressing reminds me of Pep Guardiola's off-ball pressing, like the way they have structured themselves and positioned themselves whenever they are not with possession. They have found ways to find back position quite quickly, and going forward as well. Mohammed Tilam has been brilliant. Has not shown one dimension of attacking. He has, whenever there's no room, he has found his midfielders, and this is good stuff from New Star. And as we can see again, good bit of defensive work again from the New Star wing backs as well. Here's Mohammed Tilam yet again. This is superb stuff from Imran Hussein's outfit. Here's that off-ball press, high press from Mohammed Tilam again, winning a free kick. If you are a wing back, Bilal.
Not the best day to be in the defense for St. Mary's, Atif, and I definitely agree with you regarding the fact you mentioned about not pursuing just one avenue of attack, and I think that's something that more of these teams should do, and that's something that we are seeing more. I remember in the beginning of this tournament we saw one-dimensional attacks throughout, which didn't really reap the rewards as well, and as we move on, as the tournament progresses, as more of these players' strengths and weaknesses are known to the opposing sides, I feel like the tactical presence will play a huge part. And ball still alive for New Star. There's been wave after wave of attack, Atif, and it's definitely a question: how much longer can St. Mary's defense take this pressure? Feels like there should be a goal coming up any moment, but if St. Mary's can somehow break the line and score a goal of their own, that would hugely demotivate these New Star players as well, because they've been doing everything right, just not getting the result they would have wanted. And if somehow St. Mary's can score a goal here and shift momentum to their side,
it will be game on, Bilal, for sure. And New Star, they have done everything very well, and yet again a tantalizing delivery into the box from the New Star winger Mohammad Nafis, yet again with a safe grab. Coming back to New Star, they have done everything well, but that finish in that final third, yet again, as you can see, Mohammad Fazal amidst of things for New Star. Fatih finds Fazal, just beautiful football at the moment from New Star, but play in that final third, the finish in that final third has been lacking for Imran Hussein's men. At the end of the day, no matter how beautiful your football is, but the winner will be the team who scores the most amount of goals. Doesn't matter how it comes, as far as it comes. Here's New Star.
Brilliant from St. Mary's also to sort of absorb this pressure and make sure that they tire these New Star players out as well. St. Mary's just keeping possession of the ball. Well done there by the goalkeeper.
Even though New Star has been the team more threatening, Nafis has done more work compared to when you compare both the goalkeepers. So not a good sign for New Star when you not test the goalkeeper more often. You can have all the position, but you need to test the goalkeeper quite often as well, Bilal.
Rightly said, Atif. I feel like, just like you did mention, that finish, something that the coaching staff would also hopefully rectify as they move on to the second half, or whenever they are able to send a message as well. Oh, this is brilliant. And New Star now on the charge. New Star. Oh dear. That is almost in. I think it ricocheted off of the post into the body of the goalkeeper. That's a brilliant shot to take from that angle also. Had two men marking him, two men converging on him. Just hitting the post and the goalkeeper. Quite lucky there. Quite unlucky for New Star.
Quality of the attack absolutely brilliant from New Star. Switching defense into attack in a flash. Mohamed Tilama, then Afro Togneble. They have some pace under their belt. And here's Fazal with an important corner for New Star. One way or another, New Star will have to find a way to score.
Ball goes out of play there.
It would be great if we can have another look at that counter-attacking switch of play from New Star, resulting in that corner. And a good hand from Manikan as well, which kept the ball away from the goal. Here's John Lavani. And John Lavani in the process with a handball infringement. Clear handball there by John Lavani. Very uncharacteristic of John Lavani there. But nevertheless, the game resumes with Dilaxar.
New Star once again keeping possession on the counter, not finding their forward in that moment, but New Star have been able to grab the ball from the feet of St. Mary's, and it looks like there will be a free kick. And is that a red card, Atif? Is that a red card for St. Mary's? It's a yellow. This could be, would have been hugely disadvantageous had it been a red. However, St. Mary's can be quite lucky that it was a yellow. And a free kick right outside the box. Brilliantly done to steal the ball from the feet of that player. Blatant foul there.
Minimal of contacts, but it was enough for referee G.N. Robesh. I think what was that yellow card for?
Bit of confusion here as well. However, the game resumes. St. Mary's thumping pass to their front line. And here's St. Mary's now with an opportunity.
What a cross it was from Danjuma Gumbari. Here's Tilam switching attack into defense. Defense into attack rather. Shakir goes over the top. Here's Togneble. Beautiful touch. Shakir with an opportunity. Finds Tilam. Here's Tilam. Fazal was making the run in the far post. Again, New Star.
Should have been passed to John Lavani there. He was almost unmarked, and the New Star defense had no one tracking back to mark him. Feel like that was a wasted opportunity for St. Mary's. Here's New Star once again, using the width of the bridge brilliantly as well. New Star is making sure they suck in those defenders. Then play to the opposing sides. New Star immediately taking back possession here. Vital Ahuja has been quite good with the ball at his feet. Quite good in making those accurate passes as well so far for New Star.
Easy work by St. Mary's midfielders, John Lavani and John Lavani yet again misplacing his pass. Gumbari was all set to launch his run, but overcooking it tad bit. John Lavani, Fazal, beautiful football yet again, beautiful 1-2s from New Star, and Lavani wins it back. Clifford rather. St. Mary's taking their time. Good string of passes for the boys from Jaffna. Here's Gumbari. First touch a bit too heavy. Taking the ball into touch. Dilaxon. Abuja. Shahid. Brilliant presence of mind, but again
just slightly trickling out of play there. St. Mary's now once again attempting to launch a counter here, rushing forward. St. Mary's again just harmlessly finding the keeper there. Here's Dilakshan now. Dilakshan has been quite promising there in the New Star defense, has been quite reliable so far, as has been Vital Ahuja. Look at that pass straight into Togneble. Togneble unable to control it in that moment with the oncoming pressure. Momentum has been swinging in this game, Adif, to and fro. Both teams equally matched. St. Mary's will be quite happy with what their defenders have done so far in subduing this New Star attack. And as the game has progressed a little bit, feels like New Star's intensity has also dropped slightly. So understandably as well, because he is quite difficult to go at such a pace continuously.
St. Mary's have done pretty well to keep the New Star attack a bit quiet as well in the past 5 or 6 minutes or so. So good work, good resilient work shown by the St. Mary's defense as well, countering the rush of blood of New Star. Mind you, New Star is one of those teams who can kill a game from their set pieces, especially John Lavani. When it comes to set pieces, St. Mary's is one of those sides to look for. And here's New Star, Mohammad Shahid, playing in an advanced position. Mohammad Shahid in a central defensive midfield position. Abuja. Change of formation from New Star, now opting for a 4-3-3 formation. Here's Abuja. Shahid. Lack of urgency shown by New Star and Prem Kumar for St. Mary's. Nice little 1-2. Prem Kumar with space. Here's St. Mary's rather with an opportunity, and John Lavani almost a break in the deadlock. It's always John Lavani for St. Mary's, and this time inches away from scoring. The overseas recruit for St. Mary's. This is what St. Mary's could do. Counter punching from those counter attacks.
It feels like New Star has also run out of gas a little bit, Atif, and understandably also because of the intensity they were playing with in the beginning, and I believe it is as a result to counter that like you mentioned, they had a change in formation also. So good on New Star to have alternatives like that for different portions of the game, understanding their strengths and weaknesses also. Dilakshan now playing in the midfield. Brilliant through pass there. An opportunity to launch an attack for New Star. They are committing a lot of players to the front. Just not able to find the right pass there. And here's Lavani. Good little intervention there. Necessary intervention there by the captain. And you have Togneble Abuja taking that run in the left wing. However, going for goal there. Rather ambitious effort at goal.
At this point, New Star running out of options, I believe. Taking too many shots from range. Here's Madhivadanan with a beautiful pass. Gumbari almost making it.
I did not expect that to be such a potent pass, Atif. I almost thought that the keeper would come off of his line. I think Gumbari's terrorizing run there just kept him on the line, and had Gumbari had any contact with that, I feel like there would have been no chance for Nafiz Mohammed.
Finally, St. Mary's patience paying off in their favour. They had to sit back for a larger portion of this first half, but now when it matters the most, St. Mary's are delivering the goods, aren't they, Bilal?
Definitely, Atif. They've done well to absorb the pressure in that opening half, those opening first few minutes. And as we are approaching the end, they are just exploding here. Committing players forward as well, but this time not finding one of their players, and New Star grab onto this opportunity. New Star on the attack now, just unable
Unnecessary touch from Mohammad Shakir. From the back, putting Metabo on the floor.
Good little break. Short respite for these players as well to just gather their thoughts also in the dying minutes of this first half. Last 2 to 3 minutes of regulation time. St. Mary's managing to keep that ball in. No, it looks like it has gone out.
New Star will be looking forward for that half-time break. Go into the lemons and take a nice little break and come back, because by the looks of it, they have lost their color in these dying stages of this first half. And Ran Hussein will be looking forward for that dreaded whistle of GN Robesh to go off as soon as possible.
We'll be just having 1 minute off added time. And Adib, I feel like New Star has been quite brilliant at the build-up, but when it has come to the finishing, that's where they've lacked. So if that's something that they can remedy in the next half, they'll definitely be able to put the ball into the back of the net more often. New Star still with the ball, ability to play the ball, playing it from the wrong, taking throw in from the wrong position there. He'll have to take it back. Long throw, doesn't find Fazal, unfortunately. And New Star still in possession. Pass into the box, safely into the hands of the keeper. And that's half time. The whistle is blown. And from the way this game started, I definitely thought there would be more goals, Atif. But it looks like St. Mary's have been brilliant at their defense, absorbing that initial pressure.
Definitely superb start from New Star for this game. Courtesy Mohammad Fazal, Mohammad Tilam combining together. But that final touch, final finish rather, wasn't there for New Star. And very important second half will be up for grabs for us at the race course. Here's your halftime confirmation. New Star nil, St. Mary's nil. And both these sides will be looking to get all 3 points from this game. New Star, as I mentioned before, a very, very important half will be coming up. Here's some highlights from that first half. This was that opportunity for Togneble to break the deadlock. A brilliant save by Anikan. Thilam again finding Togneble. Chance after chance for New Star in those opening exchanges, but it wasn't there for them with their poor finishers in that final third.
Definitely, Atif, New Star did have a lot of skills, but just like you did mention, that finish was what was lacking. It was brilliant to watch them play, especially in the build-up as well. Had plenty of initial chances, but St. Mary's doing just enough to hold on. And somehow, luck has been on their side as well. And this shot, brilliant to get it off from that angle. However, the ball ricocheting off of the post. It's been one of those days for the New Star finishers. Were a few yellow cards as well for St. Mary's.
I think that was for a dive for Mohammad Shahid, I believe. the yellow card was shown. And we'll be heading into a short commercial break, and we'll be bringing you the live action of the second half. So stay tuned.
Champions League एक हाथ गैस में हैंगुमन किक पे जब नरमने भाग दुलने भीदी दस्ते गोल एक गन्नाई सिट सरसने समरोक बिन्ने साथ देने We are one game, one heart. One game, one heart, Champions League. This is where we start. Together we dream, together we fight. We are the champions. Under the
Football under podamoliye, irangal modangal kadandidume, unjain inda palli thotru yalgal taandirumo.
The lights are shining, the crowd will roll. This is the moment we waited for. The passion's rising, the call is clear. The Champions League is finally one game, one heart, Champions League. This is where we start. Together we dream, together we fight. We are the champions. We play for love, pride and fame. For every child who dreams again. No borders here, no fear, no end. Just one dream that we defend.
Marangal tikkagume, kalathil arudiyai minnavum naame, naame Champions League varave, unarvadakku thorume.
Cheer ekai kemmak denne, kollo set ekama ek wenne, goal ekata kick එක denne, Champions League mein aramenne. One game, one heart, Champions League, saganai aramenne, didi denne, jaya ganne, එක සීනට අපි යන්නේ. One game, one heart, Champions League where dreams take part. Raise your flags, feel the art. One game, one heart. Hey, oh, one dream, one star. Hey, oh, one game, one heart. Champions League, forever we play. The spirit of football leads the way.
Sri Lanka Football Champions League. Powered by TV Supreme.
Welcome back to the live action here at the race course. Still nothing to separate the two sides. New Star and St. Mary's still goalless. New Star dominating the proceedings for a better better chunk of the first half, but failing to find the back of the net. St. Mary's, on the other hand, very resilient with their defensive work, especially their goalkeeper and Metabo were very, very good in that first half. And New Star had loads of opportunities to break the deadlock, but they have left their shooting boots back home. And very important second half coming up here, as Mohammad Fazal will kick things off for New Star in the second half. Nice touch. Here's New Star from the offsets. Anikan, long and handsome. Shahid, Fazal, a rare misplaced pass from the experienced former Sri Lanka cap. Prem Kumar puts it for John Lavani. Lavani scuffs it and rolls his ankle over the ball. Muhammad Azam, I believe, that has gone to ground. Hope that he has not done any damage to his knee. A pretty collision there with his goalkeeper Muhammad Nafiz and Muhammad Azam. Your knee is one point that you don't want to get injured. Once you start get injuries on your knee, it's not good signs for a professional player, Bilal. And the first corner for them in this game. We did have a small conversation in that break that St. Mary's didn't have any corners, and here's St. Mary's uncharacteristically have gone into the lead due to a defensive error, and the resilient St. Mary's outfit can enjoy an early second half lead here at the race course. St. Mary's back-to-back corner kicks. This time Prem Kumar under the dead ball. Decent enough delivery. Nafis and John Lavani. Sit over the crossbar. Is it Prince Clifford? It's okay, Metabor this time. All the big units in the box for St. Mary's in those important set pieces. Going back to that awkward goal conceded by New Star. Mohammad Nafis had it all covered, but Dilakshan, no proper communication resulting in conceding an own goal for New Star. Here's New Star with an opportunity. Mohammad Fazal puts it on a plate for Mohammad Ammar. Brilliant touch there by Avuja, but poor pass. Gifting away position cheaply. New Star. Have only themselves to blame for the scoreline on the bottom of your screen. But only positive side for New Star is there's plenty of time or plenty of football yet to be played in this game. Mohammad Fazal tries to find Togneble, but cooks it a tad bit too much. Change of tactics as well for New Star. Not seeing the position-based football that we saw in the first half. Changed their style in the second half for the time being. Ammar.
Definitely feels like that goal has also just shook them a little bit. That's clearly offside there. St. Mary's playing quite a high line, and there will be a substitution from the touchlines for New Star. Claude Agblovi coming in for Mohammad Shakir. Will be interesting to see how much of an impact Claude can create here. Number 34 on his jersey. He'll be playing, it looks like, on the right wing for New Star. Powerful pass, and Gumbhari has somehow managed to gain control of it. Throw in still. St. Mary's. And they are committing around 6 players in that box, and we also have Prince Clifford here. All that to no avail, as there will be a restart, a goal kick for New Star.
Dilakshan. Here's Avuja. Good spread of play from New Star. Fazal. A quiet build up here for New Star. Ammar. Good press by St. Mary's, but still possession with New Star.
Have to say, Atif, apart from those opening few minutes, we've seen very less of Mohammad Ilham in play. In those opening few minutes, most of the attacks went through him, but then as the game has progressed, we haven't seen much of his presence in the field, and I feel like that should be something that New Star should be addressing also, because a player of his quality, if he can get into the game, he can definitely make an impact as well.
Definitely. Since the start of the second half, New Star have opted to attack from the right rather than left, which is the opposite side of where Tilham plays. And we did see what Tilham can do, and the trouble that the annoyance he gives to the defenders. And as you mentioned before as well, it will be rewarding for New Star if they bring in Mohammad Tilham into the fore much more often.
Definitely, Atif, and it looks like there'll be a substitution for the goalkeeper. Mohammad Shade coming in for Nafiz Mohammed. And Nafiz Mohammed just limping towards the touchline. It looks like has been because of an injury. Interesting to see Mohammad Shade is not your typical goalkeeper. Usually you have some very tall lads there to increase that reach as well. But Mohammad Shade, of a smaller stature, but definitely should have the talent to make an impact in this game. And will be interesting to see how he approaches the game as well.
Definitely huge boots to be filled in Nafiz Mohammed rather. Mohammad Shade replacing him. As you said, not the lankiest bloke on the field, Mohammad Shade, but there'll be loads of talent under his belt for sure to be the number one, to wear the number one jersey for New Star. That being said, still over half an hour to go in this game, and New Star will have to find that important equalizer in order to get something out of this game. They have played 2, lost 1 and won 1. This New Star outfit began the game very promisingly, but with the game progressed, all their gas also faded away with minutes gone by. So they'll have to go back to the drawing books and find their rhythm back in order to breach this formidable St. Mary's defense. And here's Gumbari winning the battle, goes over the top. Here's Lavani with a shot, and it's 2-0 for St. Mary's.
And it definitely looks like St. Mary's have found out the chink in New Star's defensive armor, and they've capitalized on it, not for the first time but the second time. And it's John Lavani this time who scores the goal. Gumbari doing extremely well to steal the ball from that defender, to put some defense on that defender as well. And once again, it's Dilakshan who makes that faulty clearance. He would be quite disappointed with himself.
To rub salt on the wound, this won't do a world of good for Mohammad Shade's confidence as well. Bilal just on the pitch for a couple of minutes and conceding a goal this early, coming on, replacing their first choice goalkeeper as a youngster. Not the best of feelings. And New Star, we know they have the quality, and we know they have done this coming back into games late into the game, going late into the game. So
really feel like the defense should have done a bit better than that there, Atif. But here's New Star now. But the St. Mary's defense don't make the same mistake. They intercept that balls, get that clearance away. Ahuja finding space for himself, not finding the pass. Ahuja once again. Ahuja has been a central cog in this New Star machine. He has controlled the midfield pretty well as well. Here's Mohammed Tilham attempting to dribble past 1-2 defenders, then giving it away, fortunately for New Star. New Star once again attempting to attack, and New Star in the box now. New Star, we have Ahuja coming in, and that's New Star with a goal. Brilliant. And it's that man that we were talking about just a few minutes ago. It's Ahuja who gets the goal for himself. And they've finally broken the deadlock.
Don't forget the play of Mohammed Tilham. Beautiful footwork down the left flank, and finding Ahuja making the run down the middle. Here's Mohammed Tilham beating his man and putting it on a plate for Ahuja. And he does no mistake whatsoever, finding the back of the net. This is what we were talking about. Mohammed Tilham, what he can do, what he can bring into the for New Star. The danger he possesses with all of the experience they have had in this past couple of months. Bilal, brilliant from the youngster.
Definitely, and also great awareness by Ahuja to come rushing into the box. There were a few other players around that box area, and St. Mary's with not with an opportunity, and that is some good defense from New Star. That's exactly how they should be defending. Is John Lavani with a shot from very, very far away. Doesn't disturb Mohammed Shahid. Here's the goal scorer, Ahuja, from the midfield. Ahuja is one of those players, seems like, who can find the space by maneuvering the ball into some tight spots as well. Not the ideal ball retention. 2 consecutive shots taken from very far across. Atif, I feel like both of those shots were a result of these St. Mary's players attempting to capitalize on the height of the goalkeeper. However, Mohammed Shahid showing, believe he will show that he has the necessary skills to deny St. Mary's of any other goals being scored. Exactly what the New Star fans will be hoping as well. It looks like there has been an injury to Gumbari, who's just limping off. St. Mary's will be hoping that he can come back, because he is a menacing threat in the front. Here's Ahuja, makes no mistake, and a huge run from that right back to the front in order to create an overlap.
Fazal, Tilham with the run and with space. Here's Tilham, Mohammad Ammar in the box. Heavy touch by Mohammad Ammar. Fazal still manages to keep the ball. Fazal, good defensive work by the number 17 Jesunesan Meran, but still Tilham gives it to Ammar. Nice one too. Here's Tilham, puts it to the substitute. What a waste of opportunity. Ahuja, and Ahuja scores. Here's the equalizer. What a brilliant goal by Vital Ahuja.
What a game this young man is having. Ahuja, take a bow. That was just brilliant. Brilliant play. Just teasing a goal for all of us watching this game. Mohammed Tilham with his fancy deft footwork, and Ahuja once again making a goal out of nowhere from out of the box, just curling it in top bins. This is just brilliant to watch. And what a game we have on our hands, Atif. Completely out of the blue in a few minutes. They've turned the game on their head here.
Back to square number 1, where it all began. New Star riding high with confidence. Vital Avuja, 2 goals under his belt. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant from the overseas recruit for New Star. For a moment I thought it was a waste of opportunity from New Star. Thilam after doing all that hard yards. But Vital Avuja saving the day for New Star with a brilliant left-footed strike. There wasn't any power, but brilliant precision from the youngster, finding the left corner. Anikan had no chances whatsoever saving that. Here's Dilakshan trying to compensate himself, but he'll have to be very, very careful. And Ammar, very ugly tackle there by Muhammad Ammar. Not the best of 5 minutes or so for Muhammad Ammar.
Fans would be hoping that Muhammad Ammar would do a little bit better. The previous opportunity as well. He just lost control of the ball in the box, and if not for Avuja combining with Mohammad Tilham and also Fazal stealing the ball back, would have definitely been a wasted opportunity, like you did mention, Atif. And, while the players take a break here, while St. Mary's tend to their injured player, there will be a substitution for St. Mary's. A.S. Jerushan will be coming on for J. Sunes and Meron, it seems like. J. Sunes and Meron, a midfielder, being taken out, and Jerushan picked in as an attacker in our team sheet. So definitely St. Mary's trying to change things up a little bit. They know they shouldn't be too complacent, especially not now, as they've just seen 2 quick goals. And all of their hard work in that first half. Oh, and a flighter delivery. It was almost finding the back of the net there. This game has definitely come alive here, Atif.
Mohammad Shade almost catching himself off guard. Did not judge the flight of the delivery whatsoever. Charging in Mohammad Shade, conceding a corner.
Had Lavani got his boot to that ball, there have definitely been a goal. And here's a beautiful cross in. Just unable. Find the back of the net once again, and immediately St. Mary's have come back with 2 attacking threats in the space of a few minutes. And it definitely shows the composure that they have as well. Dilakshan booting it to Tilham. Tilham takes his time, attempts to pass it to Muhammad Al Fatik, who makes that run. Fatik in right back has consistently made those runs. St. Mary's, this time Dilakshan doing quite well to block that shot from Gumbari.
Speaking of exciting games, we have an exciting game going on in the T20 World Cup as well. Here's an opportunity for New Star. Togneble towing it, trying to tow it over. Anikan just inches away from scoring a potential winner for New Star after Togneble. He has made himself vacant quite a few times, but have not found the back of the net as one would have expected after Togneble front of the goal for New Star. Here's the substitute for New Star winning the ball. Muhammad Ammar again not doing his best, not at his best, but New Star with possession. Mohammad Fazal, Tilam with the overlap, Tilam with the cross in. Akblovi, the substitute for New Star with the cross in. Good stuff from New Star. Raise of attack, left, right and centre from the boys from red, boys in red rather.
New Star once again in an attacking position. Well cleared by St. Mary's. Ahuja. Have to say, Atif, Ahuja's runs were two of those crucial factors that actually resulted in the previous two goals as well. His awareness to get
The ball.
and a beautiful pass as well, dancing feet and looking for the cross here, looking for attackers but just not getting it right this time. And booted into the other side of the net. Defender will have to do well, and he does exactly that to get the ball away. M. Prem Kumar not able to get to it on time.
Madhivadanan. Ball put forward by Ruben Raj. Here's a substitute sliding in tackle for New Star.
Not the best of passes, through balls there to Tilham. Just like we spoke before, Atif, in those previous two goals as well, it was Mohammad Tilham's ability to get past the defenders that also resulted in the goals. So, and here's another opportunity. Ball still in the box, but well controlled by the St. Mary's defender to get it away, but only for a moment as New Star is back again with possession. Mohammad Tilham passing it on to his forwards. Not the ideal pass there. Just playing with an almost a lack of urgency here, New Star. We're not seeing the same composed self. St. Mary's now once again flirting with the goal at the edge of the box, but good clearance from New Star.
Credit to St. Mary's defenders as well, crowding Togneble and Akblovi. The two forwards for New Star giving no room whatsoever, and beautifully defended again, but here's Prince Clifford with an opportunity. The deflection takes it over the crossbar, and the corner for St. Mary's. Deluction it again under the firing belt. Have to do well, Deluction, in these kind of situations. Prince Clifford. Beautiful bit of footwork from Prince Clifford.
Yes, and Mary is now attacking set piece opportunity. If they can score here, definitely put some pressure on New Star with the clock ticking as well. We've reached the final quarter of the game.
Prem Kumar with an in-swinging delivery. Didn't get the correct elevation, Prem Kumar, but still St. Mary's with a throw-in. Throw-in taken quickly. Ruben Raj. Not the best of deliveries. And here's New Star. Fazal. Agblovi with the run and good bit of work from Anat Clintas. Shahid. Good communication between Okemetabo and Anikan. Here's Madhivadanan launching an attack for St. Mary's. Still Tilham, plenty of gas in his tank. Agblovi will have to do way better than that election.
Not the best of clearances again by Dilakshan. I believe he was looking for his defender, for his right back to be there. Fortunately, just a little brain fade, I would say. And he's gifted a corner for St. Mary's. St. Mary's now, we know how threatening they can be in those set pieces, especially in these corners as well. And it's Nidarsan who approaches the ball. We've got a horde of players in that box. Ball goes in. Ball still in play here. Done well by Dilakshan in that moment. And here's New Star now. Unable to keep it in. Mohammad Thilam. Just a bit of a heavy touch there.
With the international window coming in just a couple of weeks time, Mohammad Tilham will fancy his chances to make into the squad against the remaining fixture in the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers against Chinese Taipei. Will Sri Lanka will have to visit Chinese Taipei for the one final time in that Asian Cup qualifiers campaign. A very decent campaign for the Golden Army, I would say, from what we have seen in the past. Couple of wins under our belt as well against Chinese Taipei at home and Turkmenistan at home. So Mohammad Tilham, with these kind of performances, I would put my money on Mohammad Tilham to be in that travelling squad to Chinese Taipei, Bilal.
Definitely, with the quality he's shown, Natif, definitely think he would be a value addition here. And dancing feet, and still an opportunity. Oh Lord, how has he missed that? How has he missed that? He just had to beat the keeper who was already on the floor. He should have been able to chip it in there. Just not getting it right, and the keeper lucky that the rebound didn't result in a goal.
A brilliant save, second save by Anikan. And when things don't go on your way, it doesn't go at any point. After Togneble not having the best of days in front of the goal, Bilal.
Definitely, he has had that awareness, he has had that skill as well. But just being denied a few times, being unlucky. Togneble will be looking for that evasive goal for himself also. Oh, and done brilliantly to find some space here. St. Mary's, Nidarsan charging in. He has 3 attackers in front of him. Nidarsan will continue the run. too much of power behind that shot. He had multiple options. Just going, attempting to power into the back of the net. Doesn't work for St. Mary's. Done well by New Star to retain that ball. Here's Fazal. He'll be looking for options there. And New Star once again approaching the box, getting into those right positions, but just not getting that finish right. And we are reaching the final 10 minutes of regulation time here at the Racecourse International Stadium. What a game we've had so far. What do you think, Atif? Are there any more goals in this game?
There definitely could be more goals in this game. Not one, there could be even 2 more goals in this game remaining for the time coming. We have 10 minutes in regulation time plus added time, so plenty of football to be played here, and I can assure that nothing short of drama will unfold upon us here at Racecourse, Bilal.
Couldn't agree with you more, Atif. We've seen some goals scored in quick succession here by both these teams. We haven't seen much of Abuja either after he scored that fantastic second goal. I feel like more of the build-up should be going through him, and also perhaps through Mohammad Tilham and Fazal also. The ball in that moment just catching the referee unaware. It will be a drop ball for St. Mary's. It's been quite a good day for football weather-wise. The sun being clouded behind some dark clouds, but thankfully it hasn't rained, and beautiful footwork by Lavani. Lavani still there. An opportunity now to score. He goes past one, goes past another, but just misses out. So close, yet so far. Beautiful run, beautiful build-up. And that frustration just snaking into the play of St. Mary's as well, and we'll be having 2 substitutions here for New Star. Interesting. Will be Mohammad Shakib, another forward, coming in for Togneble, and will be Mohammad Maziad coming in for Mohammad Shahid. So they've taken away one defender and added a midfielder, and a like-for-like substitution in Togneble. Oh, once again showing the quality of his footwork there, and Gumbari now, and it looks like it's the danger bells for St. Mary's, for New Star. St. Mary's doing just enough to get out of jail there.
Abuja. Fazal trying to do something fancy, but losing his footing. Good work from Abuja. Tilam. Just too much to do, too much to ask from Muhammad Tilam on that occasion. Here's Jerushan.
What a shift put in by the St. Mary's keeper as well, Latif. Brilliantly done. Denying New Star of so many opportunities.
Definitely, not for him, it would have been a completely different story. Bilal. Probably a 4-2 situation at this point of time. Superb outing for Anikan. First choice for St. Mary's and has been brilliant throughout this season. Anikan, couple of man of the match performances as well, I believe, for Anikan. And
As we reach the last 5 minutes of this game, it definitely looks like there are few sluggish feet in the mix for New Star. Understandably so, they've been playing at a very fast pace as well, which makes sense for why there were 2 new substitutions. Injection of new feet into the midfield as well as the front. And Abuja once again. Oh, and it's a goal! That was so unexpected, and it's Mohamed Tilam who scores. And for the first time in this game, it's New Star in the lead.
what an absolute peach of a goal from the youngster Mohamed Tilam. We have been raving of his footballing abilities throughout this 86 minutes or so. Take a bow, young man, Mohamed Tilam. He is well and surely a superstar in the making, Mohamed Tilam. Look at it. Beating his man and finding the bottom corner. Anikan, who has been brilliant so far in this game, has no chances whatsoever. Mohamed Tilam for you folks.
I for all money thought that should have been a pass to Abuja, but Tilam taking things into his own hand, making no mistake. Straight into that bottom corner, and St. Mary's in these dying minutes have found themselves needing to score an equalizer if they are to keep their unbeaten run alive. And here's New Star once again. Fazal goes for goal. Looked like a rather ambitious effort there. Could have been much more of a build-up. However, no harm done as of yet. It definitely looks like St. Mary's, who are sitting pretty in number 2 in that points table, will taste their first defeat in this Super 8 round. There's a substitution for St. Mary's as well. 2 substitutions. Marison and Jerinson coming in. 2 forwards being infused here, and this is what you love to see. You love to see some attacking football. But it's Prince Clifford and Gumbari who's coming out. 2 experienced players, 2 of their overseas recruits who have been taken out at this moment, and both of them have shown that they can play at an exceptional quality. So St. Mary's would be a little worried to see them coming out, but we'll be hoping that Jerinson and Marison can show their class and skill here in their absence. This is some good defense by New Star. Not getting that through pass right to Fazal. And looks like Fazal is playing quite high in the field. He's not happy with that pass, but there is little his midfielder could do in order to remedy that. Long ball into the attackers, and it's St. Mary's threatening Mohammed Shahid. In that instance, however, neither Lavani nor Prem Kumar getting the right contact. Here we go again. Mohammad Thilam. Fazal. In these last few minutes of the game, and there we go, we have 5 minutes of added time. So 5 minutes that New Star will have to hold on to their lead or extend it, and 5 minutes for St. Mary's to make a difference.
Indeed, we did predict nothing short of a drama, and Mohammad Thilam has produced the exact thing we did predict. Brilliant, that brilliant strike will take New Star on the top of the group for the time being, as it will be 6 points in favor of New Star after the end of 3 games that they have played. They did start brilliantly, and they did fell off, conceded 2 goals, and found a way to crawl back into this game. This is what champion teams do, Bilal, and showing signs of a champion side. This New Star outfit coached by Imran Hussain, isn't it?
Definitely, Atif. The football they played, it has been so fluid and so exciting to watch also, and it just gets you naturally rooting for them also. You love to see the type of football they play. Just those quick passes, those inventive plays in the midfield, those daring runs, dribbling past in the wing. It's exactly the type of exciting football that would get the audience engaged with the game as well. That's the brand of football New Star has played today, and it has worked for them. Fazal just letting it go because he was offside. In these final few minutes of the game, Fazal has just been a bit complacent, I would say, and it might also be a result of the intensity of play that he has been maintaining it throughout. Here's a new substitute charging in, and oh my goodness.
This time Dilaksan had the presence of mind to let it go, and good communication shown between the goalkeeper and the New Star centre half. Game to forget for Dilaksan, I would say, but the most important thing is the 3 points for New Star.
Definitely, and I feel like he did have his moments. However, 2 crucial mistakes, Atif. Costly mistakes, but hopefully mistakes that would be forgotten if New Star can make a difference here, if New Star can hold on to this lead. And Mohammad Tahim doing quite well there to win that free kick for himself. Apologies, Mohammad Tilham. Tying up the defenders and our tongues as well, this young man.
It would be one headache for the match commissioner to name a man of the match in this game, Bilal. There have been quite a few contenders. Mohammad Tilama, Vital Avuja, then Mohammad Fazal, and not to forget Anikan as well, even though he'll end up in the losing side, as put up a brilliant shift for their respective sides. So good luck, the match commissioner, Sampath Nakaland. And we are headed to the final minute of added time as well. Dilaksan this time comfortably clearing his lines. Lavani wins it back for St. Mary's. Jerushan crosses it in, and here's the equalizer. Here's the equalizer for St. Mary's.
Last minute drama, Atif. What are we seeing? Literally the last minute of extra time, and St. Mary's has scored. It's the substitute Jerushan who has come on, made an impact, made a difference. And up here in the com box, we thought it would be a win for New Star with that third goal from Mohamed Tillam. But St. Mary's just showing their class, just showing their contempt for being defeated. What a game on our hands. New Star would be extremely disappointed that they've let this game go away in the final minute. And I doubt there's much that they can do after this restart. And that's the game. And what a game it has been. It's almost been tiring for us in the com box to watch, to keep up with the pace that these two teams have been playing at. New Star would definitely be disappointed. Jerushan coming in clutch there, being named as a substitute and scoring the winner in the final moment. Of course, up here in the com box, I did question as to why the overseas signings were taken away, and it looks like they've given us the answer. Ahuja being consoled by Mohamed Shahid off screen there. He put in a clutch performance and still ended up on the, I wouldn't say the losing side, but it definitely would feel like that for New Star. For me, Atif, if I were to choose a man of the match, it would definitely be Ahuja for me, because the performance he put in that midfield, and also the awareness he had to support the attackers and score those 2 goals, brilliant. Just class, and what a revelation he has been, Mohamed Fazal. Started off extremely well in keeping that midfield tightened up. But it's St. Mary's who have come back in the final minute to draw this game, and this is the full-time confirmation. 3 goals apiece. We've seen 6 goals in this match, and we still haven't seen a winner. What a game. What a game this Super 8 round has produced. These are the highlights. And that's the first goal of the match. An own goal by Dilakshan. He would be extremely disappointed with that. And then 2 opportunities. The run by Gumbari. Gumbari doing extremely well, and the clearance just not enough. Lavani doing everything right to score that goal and put them 2 up. And then it was 3 consecutive goals by New Star. 2 of them courtesy of this young man, Vital Ahuja, who did brilliantly to score 1 goal and strike back with another. And that's the second one. Brilliant, out of nowhere. Created, of course, by Mohamed Tilham. Then we saw St. Mary's wave after wave of attack, attempting to pierce through that gap, pierce through the defense as well. This was that opportunity, and that goal, Atif.
That was at that point it was a potential winner from Mohamed Tilham, and New Star were riding high for a couple of minutes, but Morrison had other plans, and they did knock on the door, and this was a brilliant cross from Jerusalem coming in. Morrison with the final touch, and St. Mary's will take home a single point, and they'll be mighty pleased with that single point, and it will be a 1 enjoyable ride back home for St. Mary's to Jaffna, and we have Navod Vijay Vikram downstairs with the New Star head coach. Over to you, Navod.
අප සමග එකතු වෙනවා නිවස්ටා කණ්ඩායමේ ප්‍රධාන පුහුණුකරු ඉම්රාන් හුසේන්. ඉම්රාන්, අදත් තරගය අන්තිම වෙනකම්ම මේ ගියපු තරගයක් 2-0ක් වශයෙන් පිටිපස්සෙන් ඉඳලා තමයි 2-2ක් වශයෙන් සම කරලා, නමුත් අන්තිම මොහොතේ ආපහු ඔයගලන් ලීඩ් කරලා ඉඳලත් 3-2 සෙන්ට් මේරිස් කණ්ඩායම 3-3 වශයෙන් සම කරා. අද තරගය ගැන මොකද හිතන්නේ? කියන්නේ අර උඩ පහළ ගියපු තරගයක් ෆස්ට් හාෆ් එකේ එච්චර හොඳට පර්ෆෝම් කරේ නැහැ. සෙකන්ඩ් හාෆ් එකේ පොඩ්ඩක් ගිහිල්ලා තමයි මේ පර්ෆෝමන්ස් එකට ආවේ. මොකද හිතන්නේ අද තරගය ගැන?
පොඩ්ඩක් අපි ලාස්ට් මැච් එක බිට්වීන් ලාස්ට් මැච් එක ඉම්ප්‍රූව් වෙලා තියෙනවා. බට් අපි හිතාගෙන මේ මැච් එක විනිං එකට තමයි අපි ගියේ. බට් අන්ෆෝචුනේට්ලි මැච් එක ඩ්‍රෝ වුණා. බට් එනිවේ විල් ට්‍රයි අද අතර බැලන්ස් තියෙන අතර මැච් එකම චත්‍රමත දිනන්න තමයි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ.
දැන් අපි ගත්තොත් එහෙම සුපර් 8 රවුන්ඩ් එකේ පළවෙනි තරගයත් 90 වෙනි විනාඩියෙන් පස්සේ තමයි ගෝල් එකක් ලබාගෙන ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ දෙවෙනි තරගයත් 1-0ක් වශයෙන් පරාජය වෙන ජාවලින් කණ්ඩායමත් සමග දැන් තුන්වෙනි තරගයත් 90 වෙනි විනාඩියෙන් පස්සේ තමයි ගෝලයක් ලබා දීලා ඩ්‍රෝ වෙන්නේ 3-3ක් වශයෙන්. මොකද්ද හිතන්නේ? කියන්නේ අර නිව්ස්ටාර් කණ්ඩායම ජයග්‍රහණයට ඔන්න මෙන්න වගේ තිබෙන මොහොතක තමයි එක්ක පරාජයක් එහෙම නැත්නම් ජය පරාජයෙන් තොරව තරඟ නිමා වෙන්නේ. මොකද හේතුව ඔබ දකින්නේ?
හේතුව කිව්වම ඇවිල්ලා මෙතන තියෙන්නේ ඒ කියන්නේ ෆිට්නස් වයිස් ඇවිල්ලා හොඳයි. කියන්නේ කම්බැක් යන්නේ කියන්නේ හොඳ දෙයක් තමයි. කියලා සම්මිස් එක්ක ඇවිල්ලා කම්බැක් ගෙව් එක ඇවිල්ලා හරි සතුටුයි. හැපි. බට් ලාස්ට් මොමන්ට් එකේ ඒක මයින්ඩ්සෙට් player mindset එක last second එක last 5 minutes කියන්නේ ඇවිල්ලා ඒගොල්ලෝ දෙන ගන්න ඕනේ in the field මොනවද කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා. but ඒක ඒගොල්ලෝ දන්නේ නැති නිසා තමයි මේ third goal එක ගියේ කියලා මම හිතන්නේ.
බොහොම ස්තුතියි ඉම්රාන්. ඉදිරි තරඟ වලට සුබ පතනවා.
thank you.
That was the new star head coach who should be proud of his team for doing extremely well. They did look for victory. And we'll be going back to Navod for the interviews downstairs.
අප සමග එකතු වෙනවා සෙන්ට් මේරිස් කණ්ඩායමේ ප්‍රධාන පුහුණුකරු රත්නම් ජස්මින්. කෝච්, අද තරගය 2-0ක් වශයෙන් ඉදිරියෙන් ඉඳලත් ආපහු ඩ්‍රෝ වෙලා තමයි නතරුනේ 3-3ක් වශයෙන්. මොකද හිතන්නේ සෙන්ට් මේරිස් කණ්ඩායම? කියන්නේ ජයග්‍රහණය ඔන්න මෙන්න වශයෙන් තිබුණේ. අද තරගය ගැන මොකද හිතන්නේ?
ඇත්තටම මේ සතුටක් කියන්න බෑ. නමුත් ඒක මේකත් එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් ළමයිට නිව් ස්ටාර් වුණත් ඒක මේ හොඳ ටීම් එකක්. අපිට අපේ තාකට් එක පොඩි මිස්ටේක් එකක් ආවා. කියන ගොඩාක් දුරට කම්පැක්ට් වුණාම ළමයින්ගේ මේක මෙන්ටලි සමහර දේවල් හැදෙන්න ඕන කියලා තමයි හිතන්නේ. මොකද මේ නැත්තම් ඒක කරගන්න බෑ. කොච්චර ට්‍රේනින් කරුවත් ළමයින්ගේ පොඩි අඩුපාඩුවක් එක හෙදුන්නේ නැත්තම් ඒක බෑ. ඇත්තටම හරි අමාරුවෙන් ඉන්නේ. මොකද දන්නවද මේ මැච් එක අපේ අතේ තිබුණ මැච් එක. ඇත්තටම දීපු ගණ හරි කඩකාටුයි. නමුත් ඒක ඉදිරි තරඟවල අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා හොඳ දර්ශකම පෙන්වන්න තමයි.
ඔව් දැන් ඉස්සෙල්ලා තරඟයේ 2-0ක් වශයෙන් ඉදිරියෙන් ඉඳලත් 2-2ක් වශයෙන් ඩ්‍රෝ වුණා. මේ තරඟයේ ඩවුන් ඉඳලා ආපහු කම්බැක් යද්ද 3-3ක් වශයෙන් ඩ්‍රෝ වුණා. පොයින්ට්ස් 6ක් ගන්න තිබ්බ මැච් දෙකක් පොයින්ට්ස් දෙකකින් තමයි පොයින්ට්ස් 4ක් විතර ඩවුන් වෙනවා. මොකද හිතන්නේ මේ ලීඩින් ඉන්දැද්දි සෙකන්ඩ් හාෆ් එකේ සෙන්ට් මේරිස් වල පොඩි පසුබෑමක් තියෙනවා වගේ දකිනවා. මොකද හේතුව?
ඒ හේතුවක් මම හිතන මේක ප්ලේයර්ලාගේ මෙන්ටලි තමයි. මොකද මේ වින්ක් එකේ ෆ්ලෑන්ක් එකේ 1-1 ගහද්දි ඒක තීරුම් කරගන්න ඕන දෙයක්. අපි කිව්වොත් ඒක හරි වුණ නැත්තම් මොකද දැන් වින්ක් එක ගොඩක් දුරට දිල්හාම් එක වින්ක් එකෙන් බීට් වෙලා යනවා. ඉතින් ඒක හදා ගන්න ඕන වෙන දෙයක් නෑ. අපි නම් සවුන්ඩර්ස් එක්ක නම් ඔයාලා දන්නවද මේ මැච් එක නම් ඇත්තටම මේ අන්තිම මොහොත වුණත් අපි අතෑරියේ නෑ. මොකද අපිට යම්කිසි දෙයක් කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා දෙනවා. මොකද අපි පේස්ලා හොඳයි. සමහර පොඩි දේවල් තියෙන ඒක අතෑරියොත් අපිට යන්න පුළුවන්. අපි කනගාටු අර ලකුණු 4ක් නැති වෙච්ච එක තමයි. ඇත්තටම මටත් හිතෙනවා මොකද වෙන දෙයක් හිතන්න ඕන කියලා තමයි.
බොහොම ස්තුතියි කෝච්. ඉදිරි තරඟවල සුබ පතනවා.
Thank you very much to you, sir.
That was Ratnam Jasmine, head coach of St. Mary's.
Because we'll be having was the head coach Ratnam Jasmine, and he'll be happy that they haven't tasted defeat yet, but definitely would have been looking to win this game as well. And that's it for tonight. We've had a brilliant game. Of course, we'll be having another match tonight, Serendipity and Solid SC. And we are in for a cracker of a game. If it could be as half as exciting as this match, Atif. Because tomorrow we'll be having a few matches as well. Sri Lanka Police taken on Pelicans, and Saunders and Java Lane. A good match to keep an eye out for as well. And for now, that's it from our end. It's me, Bilal Marikar, signing off with Atif Siddiq in this com box.